solve the simultaneous equation using the algebraic method. We've got x squared plus y is equal to 6 and y is equal to x. Now the question says specifically that we should use the algebraic method. That means there's another method we can use, which is the graphical. We're not told to use the graphical method, but to use the algebraic method. Now, in simultaneous equations, you've got two ways of solving simultaneous equation. Is that you use the elimination method, which is beautiful, or use the substitution method, which is also beautiful. So both of them are good. But to solve this question, you cannot use elimination method. You will have to use the substitution method. So let's substitute and get this done with. Good. Now, this question here, what we've got here is a quadratic equation. And what we've got here is a linear equation to give us a straight line. So this one is quadratic. You have your parabola. Either like this or like that. And linear is when you have a straight line. Specifically, this question here should lead to something like this. This is your y-axis, this is your x-axis. It should go directly through the middle. So if you have a 5 here, that's minus 5, they should meet here. Good. And here, we have a 5 here, and then 5 there. They should meet here. So this is a kind of graph that it should give you, because what is exactly, the same y is equal to x. Good. Now we're not told to use a graph, so we're not going to bother about this. We're told to use the algebraic method. Now let's go. Now we've got what? We've got x squared plus y is equal to 6, and we've got y is equal to x. Now in the substitution method, we want to see what we can substitute. So we've got x here, which is good, squared here. You got y is not good. If we can remove that, y is going to be great. And 6 is fine. So can we remove the y? Yes, we can remove the y. Why is that? Because what? Because here it says y is equal to x. So we can just take y out and put x in. If we say a sandwich, okay, a sandwich, good, sandwich here, there's a bread sandwich here is equals to £5. So you can say, instead of saying £5, you can just say sandwich. So when you say sandwich, you know you're talking about £5. So let's do that. You're just going to substitute. Good. Okay, let's do it. So here, we're going to remove the y. So let's rewrite it. So we have x squared plus, instead of writing the y, we're not going to write the y. We're going to put the x. We're substituting now. We're going to put the x there. Good, because y is equal to x. Good, and then we're still going to have our 6. Good, now we substituted. Now let's do this. Let's just remove this out of the way. We don't need any more. And then we're going to put this one in here. This is what we need now. This is where we are. Good. So this one here, we're going to cancel it. We're going to remove it. So let's remove it. Okay, see you later. Gone. Good. So we have x squared plus x is equal to 6. We're going to proceed from here. Let's remove this one too. We don't need it. Good. And then this one, we don't need it. Good. Now, we need to go further. We can't stop here because what? Because it doesn't look like a quadratic equation. It looks like, but it's not really. It's not how it should be. Your quadratic equation looks like this. We have ax squared, which you already have. We have that one here. And then we have, what else? We have a plus bx. You have that one here already. Good. And then we now have what? Plus c is equals to 0. Now, we don't have that yet. We don't have the c. The c here. The c here. The c here is in the wrong place. No, it shouldn't be there. Good. The c should be in there before the equal sign. We can see that there's an equal sign there. And then there's a 0 here. So we need to rearrange it. So let's go. I'm going to remove this and then start it up and then sort it out. Good. So therefore, what we should have is what? X squared plus x. And we're going to take this 6 here. We're going to move it from there to the other side of the equal sign. Then we get what we want. And when it goes to the other side of the equal sign, it will change to a -6, not a +6. It was a positive before it moves, so it's going to be a -6. So we're going to have what? A -6. is equal to 0. Aha, now we have it. Now we can see that here. We have this one here, which is good. We have this one here, which is good. And we have this one here, which is beautiful. Oh, what's this one doing here? Good. And then finally, we got the 0 there, we got 0. So this is beautiful, this is what we want. Good. So now let's just tidy up. We don't want this one anymore. Let's finish his work. This one, we don't want him anymore. And then we're just going to move this one here, move him here. And we are done. Good. And let's tidy up. Tidy up, tidy up, tidy up, tidy up. Good. Good. Now the next step is we need to factorize this. So you should know how to factorize, and we're just going to quickly go through that. Okay. So we have step one. Step one. I like using this method. So we take the first one, multiply the last one. The first one is this. Multiply the last one there. So we have what? We have x squared multiplied by minus 6. So that's going to give us what? Minus 6 x squared. Beautiful. Step 2. Step 2, we take the middle one. Oh my. Now, this is the middle one here. So take the middle one. The middle one is x. Good. Okay, it's a positive x, so we just leave it as x. Let's tidy up to make it lovely. Okay, good. Now, our next step is we need what? We need two numbers. We need two numbers. Let's just squeeze it in here. Okay, good. Let's take this. We need a space, so let's squash them. Make it a bit more tiny. So we now have enough space. Good. Okay, now we need two numbers here. And when we multiply them, we should get the first one, which is what? Minus 6x squared. We have it here. And then we need the same two numbers. If we add them, if that doesn't work, or we subtract them, either of the two is going to work. It should give us the middle one. The middle one is what? X. Oh, okay. I didn't write that down. Okay, good. So I'm talking about this one, middle one here. So I'm just going to kind of move them. Good. Now I'm going to now call it middle. Middle. Good. Middle. So that's the middle one there. Good. So let's just start it off. Good. So I need the two numbers. Good. So what are the two numbers? Oh, yeah. We can go for 6 times 1. Yeah, that's fine. That's going to give us 6. If it's a 6 plus 1, that's going to give us 7. If it's 6 minus 1, that's going to give us 5. No, we don't want that. We want a 1. So this one here should give us this. This one here gives us this. But the second one doesn't work. So let's go for 2 times 3. Okay, good. Start on the bigger one. 3 times 2. We have 3 times 2 is 6. Good. So that should be 3x times 2x will give us what? 6x squared. Good. Okay. Good. And then we've come here, 3x minus 2x will give us x. Good. So this one is very good. But this one is not so good because this is 3x multiplied by 2x, positive 2x, and it's giving you a positive 6x squared. That's not good. So let's make the 2 a negative. We got a negative here, so we have to make this one a negative 2. So we make it a negative. Because 3x multiplied by minus 2x, that's going to give us a minus 6x squared, and that's what we want. So therefore, this one here is no good. This one here is no good. Good. We have to remove that. It's no good. It's not complete. Good. So remove that. And then this one here is fine. This is fine. This one we want. So we're now going to put them here. We want what? We want 3x. Multiplied by minus 2x. Good. So that's going to give us minus 6x squared. And we want the same 3x. If we subtract it from 2x, it should give us x. But that means the plus is not going to work. It's only the minus that's going to work. So let's remove the plus. So that's going to be it. So good. So let's remove this. We're done with it. That's finishes job. Good. Now we're factorizing. Okay. So let's just tidy this up. Just gonna squash him to make it look more lovely. Okay. I think it's good this way. Let's move him in. Good. We have enough space. Good. Let's just put a barrier here so that we can have space to do more walkings. Good. So what do we have now? Oh, we left something out here while we're moving. Okay, do that. Good. Let's go. Now we have that. Now let's go back. We've got what? We've got, yes, we've got x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. That's where we started from. Now we've got our two values, which is 3x multiplied by minus 2x. So we now go. We're going to replace this now. Replace this because that is x. That is, it's got a coefficient 1. So it's just 1x, but you don't put that 1. Okay, so we have what? We're going to replace it. We're going to have our x squared. So instead of that plus x, we're going to replace it with 3x minus 2x. We have plus 3x minus 2x. Now this will still give us what? It will still give us x because plus 3x minus 2x will give us x. So good. We now have minus 6 is equal to 0. Excellent. Now we're now going to put brackets because we want to factorize. So we now go x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 6 is equal to 0. Put brackets in. I'm going to go red now. We're going to put a bracket here and a bracket here. And then we're going to put a bracket here and a bracket there. Good. I'm just going to remove this minus and write it out again so that we can see clearly. Good. Now we're going to target the first one now, and let's factorize this. So what's common? What's common in there? Let's see. X is common. So x is common there. So x squared divided by x, which is common. Yeah, this x is common. The x squared divided by x that is common, you're going to be left with x. Then plus 3x divided by x, you're going to be left with 3. Beautiful. Good. And then the other side here, we've got what? We've got minus 2x minus 6. Good. Now, in this case, before that, let's just tidy up so that we know where we're going. Tidy up, tidy up, tidy up. Good. In this case, that is for the minus 2x minus 6. You have to be very careful with that one thing. Now, with this bracket here, let me remove the highlighter. Good. Now, this minus is very crucial. Don't mess around with it. If you do, it's going to affect your answers. Now, that minus, you have to include it with what is common. Good. Even though there might not be, I know that there's another minus here. It's fine, but this first one is very crucial, very important. You must include it. So we have 2x minus 6. What is common there is 2. 2 can go in 2x and 2 can go in 6. But this negative, you must add it. You must add it here. Good. Now, 2 is common. 2 can go in 2x and 2 can go in 6. So we have the 2 there. Good. Now, let's divide minus 2x by the 2 that is common here, and it's minus, and that's going to give us what? It will give us x, a positive x. Yeah, because we have minus 2x divided by minus 2, minus cancel minus, 2 cancel 2, you're left with an x. Now let's go for the next one, which is minus 6. We're dividing with minus 2. Yeah, minus cancel minus, 2 here 1, 2 here 3. That's a positive 3. So here you have a positive 3. Good. Is equal to 0. Excellent. And let's tidy up. We don't want this. We don't want this. Good. Now, we're at the very end now of factorizing. Now, what we now do here is, I'm just going to tidy up first. Good. So what we do here now is, we're going to pick, we know that this one here is common. It's the same thing. That shows that we're correct. So we're going to go for something else. We're going to go for the one that's not in the bracket. So this one here, and this one here is what we'll pick first. Good, let's pick them. So we have what? We have open bracket, x minus 2, and we'll pick the one that's been highlighted yellow. So we now have this, x plus 3, is equal to what? Is equal to 0. Beautiful. Now, we have finished factorizing. Now we want to get the value of x. And for each x, you must have a corresponding y. Good. So from here, we can now say that, okay, let's move to the other side. going to be much better here. So we take the first one, which is what? Which is x minus 2. Remember, there's a bracket in there. And then we have the other one, which is x plus 3. Good. Okay, one of them has got to go to 0. And then this one also got to go to 0. Oh no, 0, 3. Go to 0. Good. I'm just going to put this in between them, just demarcating them. Good, and let's go. So here I'm going to remove the brackets. So of course you have x minus 2 is equal to 0. Beautiful. So here to get the value of x, I'm going to move my letter to the other side, and when it gets there, it's going to become positive. So it becomes a 2, and we will have x. Good. Now I've got an x. So what's this left is going to get a y. Good. So I've got an x here. This is sorted. Just put in red. This is sorted, and I need to get a y. So all I need to do is just go to the equation and then slot it in, and we're fine. So which one should we pick? Should we pick this one or this one? I think this one was going to be much better because it's simpler. So if we come here, we have y is equal to x. We have x already. X is 2. So that means y will also be the same thing because y is equal to x. So that's going to be 2 also. So therefore, here we can equally say that our y is going to be 2. Yeah, it's going to be 2. Yeah, because x is 3. If x is 2, y has to be 2 also. So this side is sorted. Good. And then the other side, let's deal with it. We have open bracket x plus 3, close brackets go to 0. We're going to remove the brackets now. We're going to have x here. X plus 3 is equal to 0. Move the plus 3 to the other side so we get what x is. The x will be what? Will be minus 3. Good. So we are done there. Okay. Let's just put a box around it. So we have that sorted. Now we deal with the other part. So since we know that our equation here, it says y is equal to x. So therefore, let's just do it. So it says what? It says y is equals to x. We know that our x is what? Our x is minus 3. That means y also has to be minus 3. Excellent. So here, our answer here, we'll rub this off. Our y will also be what? Minus 3. Will be minus 3. Good. Okay. Tidy up. This one goes here. And then we're left with this. Beautiful. Okay, we come to the very end of this. So let's just tidy up. So we just remove this, this goes, and this one goes away. We don't need this, we don't need this. Okay, this one goes away, this one goes away. It looks beautiful. So what do we have as our answer? ENS. Answer is equal to, we have x here is equal to 2, comma, y is equal to 2. So you can see that here, we're targeting this first. Good. And then we have and. Because of space, let's rewrite it. Let's just remove this here. Let's make it shorter. Now let's move our ENS. Good. Over here. We have enough space. Good. And then we have and. We have x go to this and when x here is minus 3, since we're talking about this, then y will be what? Minus 3. Okay, y will also be minus 3. Beautiful. Just tidy up. And this brings us to the very end. So our answer is when x is 2, y is 2. And when x is minus 3, y is also minus 3. Beautiful.